If you find yourself below Faceit level 10, today's lesson is going to be something that really helps you understand how to be more dynamic inside of Counter-Strike 2 and really take your game to the next level. I'm going to teach you my advice from someone who has 15,000 hours inside of CS, someone who's traveled internationally to compete in this game and just been part of the CS scene over the past years. Let's go ahead and hop right into it, guys. What you need to understand is that you are able to play so many unique positions and really change the way that you're positioning yourself based on how the round is playing out. Now, this is something that is not only something lower level players need to understand, also higher level Faceit level 10s, people above, but it's something I rarely ever see people at low levels actively thinking about and utilizing and doing. And you know, if you can implement this into your playbook, it's really going to take you to the next level and really make you start thinking a little more 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 20-dimensional inside of this game. So what we're talking about is changing your position based on the utility that's around the map. I'm going to give you some simple ways to do this for some controlled examples, but also bring up maybe some nuanced things that you're going to see randomly happen inside of your games. And what I mean by this is, guys, whenever we are playing, right, we are trying to play smart positions where we can float around, you know, put ourselves in crossfires, do all these different things, stay alive behind cover. But what we need to realize is that smokes change everything. Smokes literally make it so that we can play in positions that would normally be completely troll, but actually end up being extremely effective. So, you know, one way we can look at this is as a CT, as we're like re-smoking banana from here, like doing this kind of thing, what we could do, honestly, is if we wanted, we could now play close up here on this side and maybe play anti if you're in higher level lobbies, be here. But usually this position is so unbelievably troll. But, you know, especially if we have like MP9s or something, right? Maybe don't play there with an M4, but we have MP9s or pistols. Dude, this position is so unbelievably effective, right? So think about when you go around the map and all these different scenarios and positions that smokes make it so you can do cool, unique things. I'm going to expand on that in some really interesting ways, but first I have to give you a message about how to get some really cool, good looking Counter-Strike 2 skins.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, KOJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, so we can really expand on this by doing this in a controlled way, right? So obviously on a basic level, we can just throw our smoke and play behind it close, right? That's very obvious. A lot of you players are doing that. One thing you're really going to see at a high level is people will throw like kind of ploofier smokes on purpose to actually get this forward info on. They might play a position like this where, dude, normally without that smoke, it's like, why is this guy sitting here? This is like so unbelievably bad of a position, right? But because we are taking advantage of our own smoke and playing the edge of it, we can unlock some really cool new off angles and positions to be in, right? We can get our kill and run. And just do remember, a smoke is not a permanent wall. It's a wall that you can shoot through. It's a wall that can be blown open. It's a wall that's going to fade. But with this concept, we can do some really unique things in that way. So it's something you're going to see good players always like kind of trying to press the advantage, put themselves into like cool positions. And you know, how do we do this at a high level? How do players do this? They utilize boost, right? So usually like just boosting up in the open and doing stuff like that can be very risky and you're exposing yourself a lot. But man, when there's a smoke up, it allows for you to do team plays where you can boost up and actually do it in the mid round without any flash, without anything, just one smoke. So this is something even teams do in order to get that advantage and play unique angles. One thing I was always trying to do with my team in preparation for one of our international events was this smoke was being thrown so much. So I told my teammates, if we see that smoke being thrown, someone follow me, come over here and boost me on top of right here. And I jump up and I'll go for an op pick, right? Usually this position is super exposed for both of us to just run through that, but we're utilizing their smoke and actually taking advantage of it and peeking over the top of it. So these are just some examples here on Inferno, on B site, on how we can do this. Let me give you some more dynamic ways you can do this, and then we'll talk about some of the random chaotic situations. So one way I would do this for myself as an oper on Inferno, and I killed so many good players. I'm talking like we're scrimming Liquid. We're playing against some of the good Brazilian teams like Pain. Furia wasn't really here, so we didn't play that much, but like some really good teams, MIBR, when they're here, it would actually catch them off. and maybe they're calling me a noob, maybe whatever, I don't care, is eventually we would smoke mid, just normal round, we're smoking mid, and what would I do? I would take my op and post into this little window room peek. Boom, I catch somebody that's just walking in here, he's just walking in doing his thing, or I catch someone going through this doorway, and they are like, bro, what? Because this position is usually really bad. Like, why is an oper sitting here and holding this position? But one, I can kind of trust that when I'm playing high level players, they're not really just going to walk through a mid smoke. That's the first thing. But two, being here is now unlocked because of my own utility. This is a very controlled way, a controlled pick that I go for because of that. And even high level players kind of forget that this is an opportunity, or this is an opening, because normally it is a stupid play. Normally it is really dumb, but using our smoke in a very basic way, that's not rocket science right there. That's not hard. Using our smoke in a very basic way can net us some really easy, crazy kills. So huge thing that I recommend for everybody. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the chaos. And guys, if you're watching this far, please hit that subscribe button. Check out my second channel where I offer live coaching to players as well. You made it this far, you clearly like Counter-Strike. I like teaching you guys how to play, and I want you to be better, so go ahead and reward me with that subscription. All right, so what we need to do is thrive in the chaos of this. Thrive in the chaos. Guys, if you hear them sprinting up lane, you could just throw your own like little lurk smoke here. I don't care where it lands. But now what can we do? We might be able to hold halls from this angle. Usually this is like the worst place to be in the world. Like, who would put themselves here? We can hold halls from there. We can come around the side here and actually play out in the open and try to pick people off running through. It is the dumbest weird smoke, right? But because now it opens up new angles for us, it makes it so we are so much more dynamic. And guys, for those of you watching my videos for a long time now, you know how much I preach the defensive smokes. You know how much I sit there and talk about defensive smokes and how good they are and all this stuff. Guys, like, never ever stop using them. They are honestly so unbelievably effective and unbelievably good. But also realize you don't just have to do this with your smokes. You can do this with the smokes that your opponents are throwing, and especially at a low level, guys, people are always missing smokes. They're always like, throwing bad util, all kinds of weird, crazy stuff. But you can do this with your opponent's smokes. This isn't even a bad smoke. This is actually a good idea, but sometimes people will throw a smoke that lands like in front of pit here, where it lands in this position so that they can cross the site without having to worry as much about the pit guy shooting them. And it breaks open this normal crossfire people have. But if you're dynamic as a pit player and you recognize this coming in, now you might be able to shift over here and hold halls from here, or shift on the edge of the smoke and catch people running in. Again, reiterating same thing, we are exposed normally. It's the worst position we could ever find ourselves in. They're splitting lane and halls and we're putting ourselves here, but nope, that smoke makes it so we look like a genius. We look like Albert Einstein doing a play like this. And that's how we're gonna get the casters to get hype. That's how we're gonna make the crowd roar from us, because we're not just putting ourselves in one spot. We're just micro changing our position. Just the smallest little change does so much, gives us so much dividends in our play. So really want you guys to learn this, implement this into your own game. It's a really good strategy that I wish every single player would actually utilize and do inside of this, and something I wasn't doing for so many hours in this game. So appreciate all of you guys for watching. You guys are homies, you guys are chads. I'm going to post daily content over on Kojo More, my second channel where I provide coaching videos every other day over here. Lots of good stuff. Keep learning with me. Go ahead and join my Discord communities. I'd love to chat with you and have a good time. So appreciate all of you. I'm going to be in Europe as you're watching this video. I'll catch you later. Peace out.